Hi, hello, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another day of playing Elements, the game. Continuing on with my fire deck demonstration. Since it's a new day, we can definitely head over to the Oracle and see what it has in store for us. So, looks like we get a bone wall, and I can't complain about that since I'm still trying to build my initial stack of cards. We got a pet that is random or a special treat. It says right here. That's good. False god is Gemini. I'm not uh, ready to fight a false god yet, so that information is not going to be very useful for me. But yes, we're gonna continue playing against level 3s, at least until we lose. So we'll see how it goes. We got a Nymph Queen, which is great for us, although we don't have any water quanta to use her ability, and I don't think we should anyway. We like keeping our pillars in play. So far so good. We have 5 pillars. Excuse me, sorry about that. Throat's acting a little bit dry today, but okay, so he played a cockatrice. So far, nothing big to worry about. He's running dual elements, life and entropy. I'm sorry. So I am gonna be looking for chaos seed baits. Um, I don't have any brimstone eaters or ash eaters right now, so I guess he's gonna use it on my fire specter. But there's not a point in ignoring upgrading your fire specter. It only costs 1, and if in case he doesn't have a chaos seed in his hand for the next couple draws, then my fire specter is only going to get more damage in. So let's just keep upgrading. I'm going to drop my Fahrenheit here because entropy does not have permanent removal for permanents, nor do life decks. So let's just drop it, even though we don't have a high pool of fire right now. But it can still do 5. You're gonna see this Discord weapon right here. This is one of the weapons that you should worry about being up against as a mono fire deck, because it does convert my fire quanta into other quanta, which as you know, I like having high amounts of fire quanta for my fire bolts, which that inhibits me from doing. But there's always something good when you have something bad. In this case, we might be able to have some blues converted, so we can get a random nymph, and maybe that nymph is going to be super powerful. So it looks like Discord's not going to be that scary anymore, because this is even scarier. Spells are reflected. If I aim it at my opponent, they're going to be reflected back to me, which means I can no longer use these firebolts to attack face. That is a life card, so I'm going to keep that in mind for the future, that life decks do have this card, and firebolts might not be as good versus them. Let's continue. Sorry. We have a Maxwell's Demon out here, which we do have to take care of because his ability enables him to kill my Fire Spectre, since my Fire Spectre has more attack than it does have life. So we're going to use a Firebolt. Since we can't throw it in his face anymore, we're going to use it on that Maxwell's Demon. Mutation. I don't want to waste a Firebolt on this just yet because his ability has a chance to just kill him or make him an even worse card. So let's just keep feeding our Fire Specters. It's gonna be game the next round. Oh, okay. Well, I thought mutation was like a self-cast thing, but apparently you can cast it on enemies. So I should have Firebolted that because it turned my 8-3 or 10-3 to a Schrodinger's cat. Not that it matters because I'm gonna win, but also I'm gonna keep that in mind for the future. Okay, so we won our first match. Not getting anything great. Okay, a fallen elf. Not bad, not bad. Let's continue. Sorry for the crazy coughs today. I'm not sure what's going on with my throat, but I hope it doesn't bother you too much. If I look back into this while I'm editing a video and it sounds really bad, then I think I might have to just redo my videos over again. This guy's running fire and water. Okay, 2 opposing elements, and he's dual elements. So what this tells me is he's gonna have both fire bolts and ice bolts. Back in episode 1, I said that I don't want my opponent using those spells at my face, but right now I'm actually thinking that it might be fine if I get them aimed at the face instead, because of the fact that if he does use them on the face, and I naturally know that I'm better than my opponent, and I can bring more monsters out than him, then it's a good deal, right? Because I know I'm going to survive the game, and he's gonna waste his spells, and it's just gonna be good. It's gonna be really good. Okay, so Rage Potion. We're gonna use this on the Fire Spirit because it's starting to get bigger. Fire Spectre upgrade. Deflagration is gonna be for this Ice Shield. I was gonna say it's gonna be used for something in the future, but he just popped out an Ice Shield at the perfect time, so let's just use that. Keep upgrading our Fire Spectre. Notice how our opponent has no more cards in his hand, and what's your perspective on cards in your hand? For me, it's every card is like an answer to a test, and it's not good if you have multiple answers you can pick in a test, but that wasn't sort of the analogy that I was going for. Maybe it's more like I don't know, different kinds of ice creams you can pick in a store. It's just better to have more types in here than none, because none is infinitely smaller than 1. So no cards is a really big thing to worry about. And I have one. Well, he's gonna have one here, but I think I'm gonna finish him off a little bit faster because I have 2 Rains of Fires. That means I can use these to kill these 2 big chunky guys. They're really big, 16 damage per turn. So I'm gonna have to use both of these Rain of Fires. Okay. And continue. Oh man, I'm gonna cough again. I'm sorry about this. Super apologies. Okay, this is gonna be a tier 6 Firebolt, which means it's a 18 damage Firebolt, which we're not close to having yet. So we're just gonna wait for our Nymph and our Dagger to pick him down a little bit more. Tier 7 now, so it's 21. Once we use it, our Nymph is gonna finish it off. And there we go, another win. This is fantastically easy. I wouldn't have guessed that level 3s were not that hard because I have lost them. So maybe it was just a bad experience, and I should have been playing against level 3s sooner. This is a dark deck, and it looks like an entropy pendulum. So it's going to be dark and entropy together, which means he's going to have Chaos Seed. So I'm just going to throw out this single Ash Eater instead of my Brimstone because I don't want the Chaos Seed my Brimstone. But it doesn't seem like he has a Chaos Seed, so let's just throw it out there now. This Vampire Stiletto, I mean, it looks dangerous, and it returns as healing, but based on how our deck works, we're sort of a burst damage sort of deal. So even if he heals to full, okay, Pandemonium, even if he heals to full, we still have a threat of winning just outright if we get to the end game and we get maybe about 4 or 5 Firebolts and a really high stack of Fire Quanta. So I'm not worried too much about this. There's a Voodoo Doll, some more Pandemoniums. This guy does barely any damage, so I'm not worried about him. We're just waiting for more monsters to drop down. And let's say goodbye to our Water Nymph. And we have some more Fire Spirits to work out with here. Let's do just that. Okay, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 Firebolts. And not enough pillars. Wow, we only have 2 pillars. Okay, so this is going to take a bit to build up, but you know, for every card, every Firebolt that we get is just more chance that we're going to get pillars as our future draws. This Crimson Dragon, I'm going to play him right away just to get more damage down on the board. And Pandemonium again. Okay, so this guy's a really big fan of Pandemonium. I don't know. I forget what Destroy does. I think it gets rid of my Burning Pillars, which is horrible. Is he going to destroy my pillars? No, not this turn. Maybe next turn. I just have to desperately build up my fire stack right now to get these Firebolts into lethal range. So let's wait for it to happen. More pillars, please. Fahrenheit is good too because it does damage. It does damage to offset this Vampire Stiletto. And wow, he just got rid of it with Destroy. Right. Let's get rid of Vampire now, since that is possible. Wow, Voodoo Doll deck. Who would have known that these are powerful? Sorry, excuse me. I should have deflagrated this Nightfall actually, because this is 5 damage compared to that. Oh, never mind. We're fine. Okay, so we're not going to get hurt unless he uses Drain Life on us, which he does. And that loses us the match. So, yeah, see, level 3s are a little bit more competent than your usual level 2s. Let's continue. We're against a fire deck now. Looks like a fire and dark duel. So let's just get right into it. Brimstone Eater. Start building up our fire. He's gonna Rage Potion that immediately, which I think is a waste because it's a 5 damage spell. So okay, Dusk Shield out. I don't have any monsters right now, so I'm not worried about it. I'll wait for one of my monsters to appear on the board first before taking care of it. Maybe I might even throw my monster out here. Not deflagrate it for the sake of trying to bait out a spell. Here we're gonna drop our Fire Shield and hope he doesn't deflagrate it because this is perfect. The Phoenix is gonna die and turn into ashes, and the ashes we can just firebolt away. Okay, so he deflagrated it. Yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame. So I think we're still fine. We have a large pool of health, so we're just gonna wait this out and see what happens. Maybe he might drop some more monsters, and we can finally rain of fire for value and get rid of it. But it looks like this guy's running a lot of, running a lot of control, and not really doing much. He's stealing my pillars too, but it doesn't matter since I already have a nice big stack. Okay, so that's 3 rage potions right now. Yeah, this guy's really big about controlling what I have on the board, which means that there's a pretty low chance that that's going to be another rage potion. It might be a firebolt, who knows. Okay, so it was a rage potion. He had 4 in his hand. Unfortunate, but it's how it goes. We're still doing fine because this Phoenix is going to go down sooner or later, and he doesn't have a weapon. So we're just waiting it out, waiting for a couple more monsters. If no more monsters show up, then we're just going to, we're going to rain of fire here right now, and then do that so it disappears. And we're going to leave that alone now. And yeah, he can't do anything. These voodoo dolls don't have any attack. We're still building up a nice number of fire quanta. Our firebolts are going to hurt as soon as we get a couple more firebolts. Yep, just keep them coming. I need about 5 fireballs. I used 1, so I'm going to need to draw the rest of my firebolts out here. Yeah, I'll keep my deflagrations in case he upgrades his shield to something crazy. So, this looks like a stall deck. This guy is not dangerous in any form, but I'll wait for him to build up a bit, so I can just get rid of him straight away. So I have 3. That's 24, 24, and 21, which is 48 plus 21. That's a 69, which is not enough. But we're also running low on health. But we do have to skip this turn here. We can't use our fireballs. We have to just hope for one more firebolt to come out. Now that maybe we can finish off our opponent that way. Us Fire Spectre? Sure. And then we deflagrate. Just so we can have something to do. A Rain of Fire would be great here, because yes, that was amazing. Oh. Shoot, right. The voodoo doll reflects damage against me, so I lost. Okay, so that's a 1 for 2. 1 loss, 1 win to 2 losses. Hopefully through this episode you can see how much tougher level 3 is, and how I was a little bit lucky in the previous episode where I got 3 wins in a row. But yeah, that's all for this video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.